Hello, hello, hello. It's Friday. Now it's 4:45. Let me just get this done. Hello, welcome children of the universe. As you can see, I am working from home today. I thought of going out, but then too many things at home. So welcome children of the universe. Welcome to my page, Awakening Your Worth. I am Peggy Ang, Inner Dialogue Coach. Focus on awakening your worth. I help you to focus on your worth and your voice. Trust them, right? Because a lot of people ignore themselves due to many things. I saw one article today. Let's continue the article and what I think of it later. Because it's not yet 5 o'clock. I want to let people who are interested in themselves miss out this opportunity of learning together with me. My page is very simple. Number one, we are all children of the universe. Number two, I am an inner dialogue coach. Focus on awakening your worth. I help you to trust your voice or your worth, whichever comes first. But to me, both is as important. It's only when I'm putting those statements, then I just put it as your voice. Okay? But you all know who you are, what you believe in, what will people remember you for. Think about that while I wait until 5 p.m. Okay? I had a very interesting week, especially Monday, because I have set up a process of how I want to go live, how I want to share my knowledge, so that you can have a glimpse of your life. I don't share your knowledge because of who I am. I share my knowledge because it's my experience, and I hope then the good one you keep, the not good one you let them go. Okay. Hello Vijay Kumar. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. I do not invite anybody into this room purely because it is our room. The room for the children of the universe, the room for me to do sharing. So if you are interested in the topic when I'm sharing, you can put down your comment or ask your question. The only thing I promise to do is I answer from my point of view and from my experiences. You can take it as something that you are familiar with, or you can use it, but do not, I repeat, do not copy paste the system, because you are an individual and I am an individual. We all have our own journey in life. Yeah. So if you are going through difficulty now, and you can always post your comments here. Don't talk about borrow money. I have something that I have practiced for many years. Number one, I don't lend money to people. Number two, I don't borrow money from you. So if you receive a message, say, Peggy, I want to borrow money from you. Can you give her some money? Forget it. Okay? You totally forget it, because Peggy don't borrow money. Peggy don't lend money. So if you approach me for borrowing of money again, I won't be responding. Okay? And I hope everybody practice this kind of habit, because if they want to borrow money, you lost a friend. You give what you can. You don't go and borrow and borrow and borrow and borrow and forget to return. Say, oh, tomorrow first. Because it become a habit. You know why? My father is like that. So that makes me decided not to fall into the same trap. Whatever mistake my parents make, I am ensuring that I learn the lesson. I am ensuring that I become a totally different people from the other perspective of my life. So do I respect them? Yes, I respect them as a parents. But the way they do things, when it's not right, then I have to write it my way. I don't change them, okay? This is what I call filial piety. So if you don't like what you see, what will you do? Right? A lot of people will keep quiet, lock everything into their shadow, and then they keep layering and layering and layering. And in the end, when they explode, then people will say, "Hey, how come you never tell me? You should have told me." Yeah. So I am a very vocal person ever since my awakening. I will tell you what I think. You might not like it. You know, when I was just doing my research and, I Chinese, I used to think in my local dialect like Hokkien or Cantonese or Mandarin. And then when I translate into English, it becomes very rude and very cold and very crude. So I need some apps to help me to modify it into a more subtle, more me kind of conversation. And when I talk, well, when I talk to you, you can feel my warmth. So that's why I need to appear live and I need to appear spontaneously. If I am reading from the script, you don't like me. Even I don't like me. Okay. So whatever I'm saying now is purely life, and whatever I'm sharing, be wrong or right, whether you like it or don't like it, is me. So think from your point of view. If you don't like me, why? What have I caused you to dislike me? Don't take me Peggy Ang as just something that you don't like. You need to find the cause, because you're learning a lesson. And if you like me, why? Ask yourself why I like her. Maybe I like her style. Maybe I want to be her. That kind of thing. You can only be yourself authentically when you face your question. So in the inner dialogues perspective, where I'm sharing from, is that you always ask yourself. You're not crazy, yeah, because when you already practice inner dialogue, it comes almost immediately as the thoughts come in. You don't need to wait. Okay, like you put the bread into a toaster, you put it in, then you wait until the word that kind of thing. Don't need. When you practice inner dialogue as frequently as me and you take action, then when the thoughts comes in, your inner dialogue will give you that kind of emotion and that kind of reaction. And until you take action, then only you know that your inner dialogue is functioning alongside with you. How many of you have went through it? Since Monday until today, I decided to disappear now. From Monday, I do my best to appear at 5, just to start your week off. Then daily at 9 a.m. I appear so that you can come into this Children of the Universe live to pump in your energy. And then on Friday, we reflect what actually have been happening. So thank you for your rose, RZJ. Thank you. Please share my live. I know a lot of people say, oh, she just won viewership. Yes, I won. But I'm not gung ho about it. I want you to appear as you are. Be in the what you call that? Be in the room where it belongs to you. Though I am the host for this page, but you also own the space. So be your own boss. Thank yourself for coming in, because time is really passing so fast, and sometimes you just don't have the time to appreciate things. I thought I have, when Monday started, I said, oh, okay, people think that it's Blue Monday. To me, it's a beautiful day whenever I appear, because I feel beautiful when I appear. Okay, thank you for coming in. When you become so beautiful, who else can hurt you? Yes, you have a lot of people with shitty character. You have a lot of people who is not nice. But I want you to have one very important, crucial thoughts, and make it into your inner dialogue. You say, I am who I am, and I am so perfect, but I am perfecting my imperfection. Even in that, you know that you are most importantly living your life full. Will you be the billionaire or millionaire or whatever idol? You know, when you look at stars, idol, oh, so many. You know, when I look at the numbers at TikTok, people dancing, people cooking, also they get a few 100,000, and yet I'm only with few hundred. But I'm glad with a few hundred, and also sometimes a few less than 100. I'm always happy because everyone who came into this room, they go, they when they go offline, when I turn off the live, they are actually living their life full. They know that they are looking for something, they know that they are searching for something, they know that along the way they might not complete their journey, but at least they are doing something for themselves, and they are very happy to share that kind of knowledge. Am I always right? No, I wouldn't agree that if you say I'm always right. I am always aware of what I wanted to do. So my right or wrong does not depend on the whole situation. It's just depending on my execution of the decision that I make. So coming Friday, now I have thought about why I'm here, who I wanted to be here. So let's start with today's Friday. I am starting Friday with reflection day, where we reflect. Okay, let me see my point. Like I told you all, I have to put into keywords now. So because I have so many things that is running in my head. It's like when I used to have my live TikTok live at 9 p.m. and I cannot sleep until 3 a.m. Why? Because my inner dialogue is discussing with my thoughts. Okay, now you have shared this with your children of the universe, where everybody come in ask you question. So what are you going to do about it? Because when you all ask question, you all comment, and when I share, even if you do not comment, the universe is going right. The frequency is still vibrating, right? The energy is still sending. So some of you are sending me messages like, in a sense that you are inappreciative. Some of you say, okay, what the hell is she talking about? I don't even understand. But they are in the room all the time. Okay? And then some will say, okay, let's see what can I do. Some will say, okay, I'm blessed. Some will say, oh lah, I don't believe what she say. You know, hey, we face so many people in the world and everybody is vibrating. And when you vibrate, your kind of energy will disseminate. If I am at that kind of frequency, I will connect with you, and I'm sure I am having a lot of your frequency too. If you think that you are not happy, I am also in certain way I'm not happy. But what I might not know, because you see, when I go through my awakening my word, which is now I'm transforming into awakening your word, yeah, I do have things that is inside me which is still not covered. It's like the layer in the earth. You know, you have how many layers of things in the earth. You have stone, now you have minerals. That's why you have mineral water, right? So when I uncover one layer, only I can see the next layer. So whatever I am preparing myself or sharing with you is the first layer, or now I've gone to the second layer, or maybe the third layer. And how many layers of my unknown is in the shadow? You play a part. When you are in the room, you play a part. Who I am and who you are, somehow we are connected. Do you believe that? Give me some kind of emojis if you do. Please share, yeah, please share, because I believe there are people out there who needs a lot of triggers to help them to see that their life is much better when they know themselves. But how do they know themselves? How do they awaken themselves? They cannot be sitting down there, just Peggy said, awakening your word. Okay, they will do it. No, it don't happen that way. You have to go through a process of understanding yourself, and using inner dialogue is something I find most useful. It is one of the tools that I find most effective, because none or almost none of us know that we have an inner dialogue. People say you're crazy. You're what? Schizophrenia. How do you pronounce that? You know, my English is so good. And I'm glad that you understand my English, and I'm glad I can converse in English. I was a bit greedy when I started the awakening your word. I was thinking of doing in Mandarin, but then I know there are so many wise people here. Even if I do it in English, they will understand. So let's go. Let's go into today's topic, Reflection Friday. What have you done since Monday? What have you achieved? Have you taken your action? Why are you wearing a infinity knot? Yeah, you are very smart. Infinity means that everything around us is infinite. There is no definite, right? Who you are today can change tomorrow. Who you want to be can be happening, and yet it can be taken away. So, in that sense, when you are, when I am, when I was attending a course by my teacher about 13 or 14 years ago, now the years add up, she tends to tell us 岁吧, that means infinite age. Everything comes around and goes around. So if you treat people nice, people will treat you nice. But sometimes you say, how come I treat people nice? People don't treat me nice. Well, again, it is something in your life that you need to look for. Just because people don't treat you nice, does it mean that you also need to be treating people not nice? No. You need to be nice no matter what. And that is the lesson that I learned too. Who was my teacher? I have many teachers. I will call my first teacher in a way metaphysics, because she was teaching 生命潜能 is the life journey. 14 years ago, it is Cai Mingxia 老师. It's conducted in Mandarin, and my Mandarin that time was pretty bad. I speak very good Mandarin, but I don't know how to read. And I'm glad with all the help, and also sometimes people throw some rubbish at me, say, oh, what kind of Chinese are you writing? So stupid one, that kind of thing. And I now practice to write Chinese, and thankfully for AI, my Chinese reading and writing become much better. So it is also something I learned. So I'm not sure whether you know Chai Mingxiang 老师. So along the way, I come to coaching, have Captain Shan, and then I have my metaphysics teacher like Jessie Lee, and also friends, and a lot of people, awakening and enlightening are not about. Yes, you got it correct. What I'm using is explaining the process. Everyone's journey is different. You don't copy paste my mistake, you don't copy paste my success. What I am just sharing is just my own journey, and hopefully that you can know how you to choose, right? So, Reflection Friday. I have been conducting daily, I think Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I was doing live, just opening up the room. 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. is the norm that I practice, opening the energy room for children of the universe. I will talk a little bit, but not as much as I do during the 5 p.m. And Monday, I will normally start to share, and Friday is my closing. And I'm also planning a lot of things in my social media. Now you got so many social media, and to prepare the content is not easy, especially when you have to prepare the content to suit the needs of people who is watching it. Not because I'm selling anything, it's just because I am sharing my experiences through things that I do. So in my Facebook, I will share about travel and food and the Malaysian way, and my friends are all in Facebook. But I have stopped adding friends because I have opened my page to public. So you don't need to ask to be added as friend. Then in my IG, I will post about my hobbies, things that I like, like Zumba, some other things that I discover, some of the random things. And on Thursday, I'm still thinking what I want to do, but Friday obviously is going to be the reflection. Saturday and Sunday is my holiday. So you'll see me pop up on Saturday and Sunday whenever I feel like it to show you where I'm going, who I'm with. It's just to tell you that being a coach, I am a human first. So it's like you being in this room, being the children of the universe, you are also a human first. Let me just get this name right. I support. Is it correct? I pronounce your name. I know, my pronunciation sometimes the sasora, so please excuse me. Okay, reflection. Today is oh no. So how do I address your name? Is support? Can you just spell? Because it's spelled as Tserpo. Maybe there's a pet name that is easier for auntie like me to call. Anyway, thanks for your comment. Yeah. And okay, since Monday, oh, okay. Tashi Telek. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. I am sorry if I mispronounce your name. It's beautiful, yeah. The pronunciation and spelling sometimes can get wrong. Thank you for your generosity and say it's okay. Okay, what did life teach you this week? What did life teach you this week? Since Monday until now, did any one of you solve anything with your inner dialogue? That is too difficult for me to understand, right? So I have to think about. It must be Tibetan. Anyway, thanks. Okay, what did life teach you this week? I have a very exhausting week because my thoughts is discussing with my inner dialogue. Oh, it means how your body is doing. Thank you, yeah. Uh, well, tired. I am pretty tired. I have not been rested fully since my travel. I am physically tired. Yeah, thank you. I thought this Tashi Tilek is asking how are you. So yours is a longer version. Yeah, I only know that word. So anyway, reflection. How are you? What did life teach you this week? Like I said, physically I am pretty tired. I don't know why. Maybe I put on a lot of weight since January due to, well, I didn't eat a lot, but maybe because my metabolism rate also came down, and I still exercise. I do intermittent fasting. Thank you, Tashi Dilip means auspicious. Yeah, I really like the word. So anyway, I was just saying that I put on a lot of weight. Yeah, I won't lie about it because it takes me 1 year to lose 10 kg and put on 15 kg. So I'm back to square one. But my body readjusts itself. My physique is itself is more firm and more stout, not so flabby and not so oh okay, you're Chinese. Okay. Anyway, we are all children of the universe. Thank you for coming in. So I feel that what life is teaching me is that I have to be happy with the health that I'm in. I have to eat whenever I need to eat. Then, of course, I observe. Uh, when I eat, I always want to find the satisfaction of food, not the amount. I must have a food that I find satisfied with. And I love rice. Being Asian, being Malaysian, I love rice, and I know rice is not good for health if I'm not moving that often. So I have reduced my rice intake. I increased my meat intake, but again, nothing is helping. And was I worried how I look? Yes, I think I was worried because I was looking at magazine of models so thin, so tall, and I know it's not possible for me to go back to that stage of being slim and you know uh what do you call that? Slim and well, look tall. When you slim, you look tall. I know that's not possible, so I learned to accept who I am. So I eat whatever I want to at a moderation, and I observe the 16 hours window of intermittent fasting, and I do my exercise. The most important thing now is I am healthy. So that is the first thing that I realized this week that I have, that I am into this intermittent fasting, and that will help me to have a better health and also a better physique. Okay, now what about you? What did life teach you this week? So to me, life teaching me my body, my health. It is very important. So I keep having this inner dialogue with myself. How am I eating? Am I eating right? So I don't buy any more food to put in the fridge. I eat whenever I'm hungry. Otherwise, I don't do it. When you are in Malaysia, food is something that you never run short of. And time is something that you can eat and talk. Even now when I'm talking to you, I can eat, but I don't. Okay. So what surprised you from that thought? What surprises come from that thought of your reflection? Well, for me, I am surprised that I am still very much anchored on how my physique look like, that I wanted to still look like when I'm 20, slim, and with whatever skin that is with me is all very solid, and I am looking very good. Yeah, that is what surprised me because I am a coach, right? But then when I am having the conversation with myself, I have to debate with myself too. Say, okay, now you are now like that. You already increased 15 kg. You're making your best effort to be slimmer. You're taking the best solution by eating right, eating well, eating happy, and enjoying your exercise. Going back to be the slim girl that used to be, well, let's forget that. You are human. Oh, I know. So, you see, it doesn't mean that I'm a coach, I'm perfect. I am as human as everybody else. So, when you're going through this sort of process, be nice to yourself, talk compassionately, be kind to yourself. So, this is also what my inner dialogue revealed. Now, it's your turn to take the time to answer this. Write this down. What did life teach you this week? What surprised you? What did your inner dialogue reveal? Like I said, my inner dialogue revealed that I need to be human. I need to enjoy the moment. Then only I can be a better person. So, am I happy with the answer? Yes, until something else come up. Okay, at the moment, yes. So you'll be surprised by the answer, right? Okay, now sometime now when I give you the three questions, yeah, ha, most of you will think about the external, what you receive, who give you what is done to you, whether this person help you, that person help you. I can almost guarantee 95% of you will not do the inner dialogue. Not because you don't want to, it's because you don't know how to do it. You will straight away think about people, situation, frustration, opportunity, dreams, etc., etc. Or you just don't put yourself into the focus when I ask you the three questions. So this is life. The question is where you are placing your attention. Is it internally or externally? And also, every conversation that I have with the coach and the client, or even people who I met, I use a lot of words that are more not so refined because that's who I used to be. So sometimes I say, instead of saying boundary, I say barrier, and that will create some kind of barrier. It's like setting up a fort to go to war, right? But you need to know when you are reflecting on Friday, this is going to be something I want to practice every Friday whenever I pop up, so that you know what kind of life you're having. Reflections help you to see. And the second thing about reflection is that you need to realize that reflections is with your inner dialogue. It's not about what people can do for you, it's more about what you can do for yourself. These are the very important points that you need to put into perspective when you come to awakening your worth using inner dialogue. You need to trust your voice. You need to know who you are. You need to know where your source are coming from. And you need to know a lot of other questions. But not all questions come as one. You can only answer one at a time. So if you don't start now, when? Ask yourself that question. Yeah. So this is some of the things that I want to bring forth. I like this question that I put. Who did life send you into your path this week? Why did I put this? Yeah. Let's look at things that happened this week. I have no new people in my life, but I have new ideas coming to my thoughts. So these people could be yourself, my past self, my future self, or my present self. Now, who is sent to me is my present self, because I start planning and I start asking myself, and then I start having conversation with myself. A lot of people who don't understand themselves is thinking that you're crazy, you're talking to yourself. But people who have wisdom, they know that talking yourself can only bring up your level higher of understanding your conversation, how you transform it to other people. It's like when you are teaching people something. This is something I discover. Whenever I teach somebody something, I become more knowledgeable. It's the same thing. When I coach people, I become better, not because it's a value that was taken from the coaching. It's just that my inner shadow start to shine, and then it start to push out a lot of value which is hidden due to cultural upbringing. How often did you see people say, oh, as a child, you must be good, you must listen to the elders, you must follow rules, you must not have a lot of opinion. People give you food, you eat, people give you place to sleep, you sleep. Especially when you don't have money and you don't have anybody. And that's where children become adult in the dark. I'm not saying that you should let your child throw tantrum. I'm just saying that every time you say, oh, children, you must listen, you never explain why. You never explain why they must listen to you. And they have their own opinion, you shut them down because you know you cannot answer their question if they ask you. So most of the time, it's the adult who is having fault, not the children. The children are very innocent. So for those parents who are now children before, don't use the old method of teaching your child. Yeah, you use the new method, use your inner dialogue, teach them about inner dialogue. Okay, how do they address a situation and still be like? You don't encourage them to just cakap bukan-bukan lah, just because you allow them to grow. It means that you need to be a better parents by being a better human being. You understand, you understand. You don't understand, then you send me a comment and I will do my best to find out the SOP how you can do it. But I cannot give you a SOP of being a human being, okay? So you need to know where you are coming from when you educate people, be your kids, be your staff, be your subordinate or your parents, whatever. Always find ways to explain, you know. And I for those who know me, you know that now my relationship with my mother are pretty strange. I greet her, I respect her, but I didn't say anything more because she's already 80 something. And if I say anything, she will just want to argue. Yeah. So in order to avoid from arguing with her and respect her space, I just greet her, make sure that she have everything. If she ask me, I will do. She don't ask me, I don't ask. Because she have many children, many grandchildren, great-great-grandchildren who can help her. And she's staying with me. So am I doing the wrong thing or right thing? Well, I feel that I'm doing the right thing because I let her have her space. Until a day she feel that she need to ask me something politely, then I will talk to her. Otherwise, I just greet her, respect her, and be here for her. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. Because I've been doing all the nice thing, everything none of the children want to do for the past 40 odd years. Okay, and I am a child sexual abuse victim because of their decisions. So do I blame them? Yes, in a way. But do I hate them? No. Yeah, but it needs time for me to process how I want to be who I am and how I'm going to help other people to walk out from their shadow, because it took me more than 40 years to walk out from my shadow, and that is not easy. So this is why I am so desperately pushing forward for inner dialogue to be practiced, so that you can actually be so polite to yourself, so kind to yourself, and you only draw people who are willingly being in your room. So I can stay with a group and be very noisy like what I'm talking non-stop, you know. I can have a topic without topic, I still talk non-stop, and at the same time I can be very quiet and don't say anything. So it is all into what I want to achieve every time I go live. So what do you want to achieve when you attend my live? Not to watch me talk about things that is, maybe you call it irrelevant to you, or you think that you have nothing better to do. Something must have pulled you into my room. Either you are a friend because you want to see how well I'm doing. Well, for friends, thank you. I know I'm doing very well despite all the challenges. Or maybe you want to see, oh, how to be a coach, then I encourage you to join the coaching profession. Hello, yes, you are welcome back. Long time no see. Yeah, Yas was the one that helped me to type out this one one of the live session. I, I received a lot of help. Thank you, yeah. So who have been sent to your path this week? I tell myself me. It's not that I don't appreciate new people into my life, but being me at my highest potential, I know that I can only draw people to grow to their highest potential. So should they be thankful for me? No. I hope you don't come and thank me by thanking me. I hope you can use your knowledge, your awakening, your worth, and go and light up somebody's life. Let people see how you can make it through, how you are able to live your life full despite whatever challenges you are going through. You know, challenges is always our muscles. Our muscles in awakening your worth, our muscles in inner dialogue. You don't let people spam you for nothing, right? You don't let challenges hit you. You don't let rubbish throw at you. And when you are in your best, when you already pump to the fullest of your energy and your worth, you'll be surprised to know that the environment around you will protect you. You'll go to spaces where only nice people appear. Yeah, you might say, oh, because you change. Yes, but your energy is also changing. So people who are not nice cannot vibrate in your energy. People who are really evil or people who are very negative, they cannot find way into your life, no matter how hard they try. So who is the decision maker to allow other people to trample on their life? It's purely us, you, me, and whoever is facilitating their life the way they wanted it to be. So by Friday, you should know already who harm you, why they harm you. Is it because you allowed them to do so? Is it because your energy is drawing them? Learn. What actually have you got that draw people who are not? I wouldn't call beneficial. Not people who are not helping you to be you. I think that coin it down. Every time you want to be somebody that you are, then you say, no lah, you think you can do like that, meh? You think you so smart, meh? You think this, you think that, meh? Then you got, shoo, because you're not strong enough. So next time when people throw this kind of rubbish at you, you don't even need to argue. Then you ask yourself the question, okay, they don't think that I'm capable. I won't tell them, I'll show you. I will just say to myself, okay, let's see where did they see me to fall? Why they think that I will fail? How can I make it even if it's very difficult? How can I make it successful? Take every rubbish that is thrown to you as a recycle. As a recycle of your worth. As a recycle of your worth. Remember, everything recycle. Bad thing recycle into bad if you allow that. Bad thing recycle into good if you allow that. And you just need to process these two type of recycling. Because if you are good, this kind of thing won't come into you anymore. You know, like when I go out, I feel very peaceful one. I meet nice people more than not nice people. And I love it when I meet not nice people because it tell me, well, in you there are still some evil. You know, like when you are in airport in China, people like to jump queue. That is habit lah, huh? And they jump queue not only politely, they don't go into quarrel. So I leave it up to those who are taking care of my tour to do it. Why should I get into that fight? I pay a tour fee, I go for a tour. Even though I don't feel happy that people jump queue, but we are all traveling on the same flight. So I could be at the back of the plane, which is not so comfortable, next to toilet, etc., etc., which happened to me. But the good point is I can afford to upgrade myself to the front seat. I pay extra money, I go to the front. Otherwise, I won't do it. So I find that it is also a lesson to learn. Next time, if I'm placed to the end of the plane, then there's sure to be offer that I can afford to go to the front where the first class is, or is it called premium economy, whatever. Anyway, you don't need to rush with people. I can charge my phone, I can have my meal, I can have my drinks. Well, small price to pay. So the most important thing is that I must be at peace. And how I do that, I I process all happenings almost immediately. Yeah, do I like the process? No, I don't like the process. Sometimes it makes me very agitated, especially when I have doubts that come into my mind. Then I will think about, or start to think. Then I put a stop. Straight away, I set up my boundary. I set the boundary. Say no, this is just a situation by itself. Just look at it this way. If it happened this way, okay, what is my decision? How I can do it, and I solve it. So the shadow don't capture too much of the things that I am unsatisfied with. They will capture the situation, but not the whole story, right? So it becomes lighter for me, easier for me to go forward. Let me see. Where are we? Oh, nearly 1 hour. I've been talking. Drink water, sir. So I hope you understand that in your life, many people play a major role, and you forgot that you play the most important role. You just say, okay, tak apa, I let people handle. Tak apa, every time tak apa, then come a day you exploded, and then they will say, you never say anything, ma. So, in the end, it's still your fault. Pity, right? I've been through that, done that. So enough. Sometimes people around us are reflections. They are not accidental. Say, oh, I met you by accident, no such thing. It's always something that you're drawing. And the beautiful part for solution is I also learn about dream. For those who are wearing smart watch like mine, you have this sleep coach or sleep tracker, whatever name they are using. And you notice that it will give you a summary of your sleep, your breathing, your REM, rapid eyes movement, where you are in a theta stage where you go into a dream. Normally it happen in REM. Now, whatever problem or issues or solution you are looking for, if you wanted it hard enough, it always appear in your dream. I cannot remember who was that. I think it's still Chai Lao Si, that taught us how to design our dream. Now, you can try it if you want, because I feel that sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, because I know myself that I normally will find my answer when I have my inner dialogue, especially now. I seldom depend on dream, but sometimes I do. Because I overthink, then the dream will come. So what happened is, before you sleep for the night, if you want to design and ask your dream for answer, you can try this out. The night before you go to sleep, you put a pen and a pencil, or pen and a book, or whatever note that you need beside your bed. And then as you rest yourself down, hand over your duty as a person, meaning that, okay, I'm Peggy Ang. As I'm sleeping, I'm getting ready to sleep. Tonight, I want to design a dream to give me some indication of what is my decision pertaining to this case. Okay, so provided the case is something you can handle yourself, not somebody else that you dream and go and help. That doesn't work. Okay, so what you do is you, after you have designed this, then you hand over. You say, tonight I'm just going to concentrate on my dream, and then I will hand over all my thoughts and whatever is thinking now, whatever problem that is going down my my unconscious and conscious. I hand it to, who to handle, to keep safe. Can it be your deity? It can be somebody you trusted. I mean, just a mental thing. You don't really hand over your thoughts, can you? Cannot. It's just a mental thing that you do a handover, and then you go to sleep. And when you are having your dreams, always observe the situation by what age you are at that time. Okay? Who are with you? What situation it is all about? And what other things is involved? And finally, your emotion. What is your emotion at that moment? Now, when you wake up, the first thing you must do is record the dream. If you cannot remember, that means it doesn't mean anything to you. So if you can record it down, especially the emotion, it will help you a lot in solving the solution, looking for the solution. It's not that difficult. It's not easy, but it's not that difficult. So this is one of the method for you to understand your message. Sometimes you don't want to make decision because you don't have clear idea, but deep inside you, you already know you got the answer. And the dream is something that helps you to activate your actions. So when you think, then you combine that with your inner dialogue, and then you do a reflections, and then you take actions. Thinking and inner dialogue without reflections and then followed by actions is just pure daydreaming. Well, you are allowed to do that. You are allowed. It's not that you should follow me because I I say, oh, if you don't find your awakening, you will die regretting. Some people just like to flow, just like to be nobody, just like to go into the background. That's why there are so many people who are walking around headless. What I want to achieve with awakening your worth is you, when you die, you know that you don't owe yourself anything, and you know that you have done what you could as who you are. We don't own the life, we own the journey. When you are born till the day you die, you don't have any say in being born and being dead. But you have every right to choose the journey. And if you don't choose the journey well, you will live with a doubt that, why am I here? You could have done a lot of things for yourself, and then you just don't do it. Why? So you need to at least find the answer why you don't want to progress your life to the fullest, and you're happy with it. Fine. Not everybody need to walk through the inner dialogue journey just to build themselves up. They just need to realize that every time they have this inner dialogue, they are at peace at it. What I'm encouraging is mostly people between 30 to 40 where they are looking for life, you know, progress, and also they can look back to their childhood, where did they actually miss out, or they can plan ahead what they will do when they reach an age where they cannot perform at their top already. So 30 to 40 years old, I do encourage you to look into your life and use the inner dialogue, build it to a momentum that is feasible, that is productive enough for you to have a journey that worth living, because you don't own your life, so you cannot take your life. Yeah, no matter how hard it is, no matter how difficult you are facing it, you have no right to that life. So if you have people who are facing life-threatening situation, you either help them to find a consultant, a doctor, a psychiatrist, or whatever. Please do it. Or you help to share maybe my message good enough for them to realize that they are facing the problem because they are better than who they are. They just need to realize that, need to use inner dialogue, find their worth, and come out as a winner. You can only win your life. You cannot win people's life. You can say, I help you to win your life. I can say that, but I won't. Because your life is your decision. My life is my decision. So this is very important. So when I teach you about the dream, there are many ways. If you don't feel comfortable of how you read your dreams, right? You ask ChatGPT, you ask AI to help you. It will do a lot of, it will help a lot. Okay. Uh, Now, remember when I told you about dreams, there are a few things that you need to pay attention. Keep it simple, yeah. Number one, what message do you want to get from your dream? Number two, reflect your relationship in the dream, the roles and the memories. All this is part of the first half that I'm telling you, thinking about the situation, who is with you, what is there, what is your emotion. Actually, you just want to know the whole thing. When you summarize it, what did you get, right? Now, finally, before I go off, it's coming to five. After your dream, then what details refuse to leave your memories? That is the killer. Okay, why is it still there? Find out about it, huh? Now, before I go off, there are a few questions that I want you to be aware of, which I started the topic with. That is, what did life teach you this week? What surprised you about yourself? What is your inner dialogue trying to tell you that you have been too busy to hear? Sit with this thought over the weekend. Life may already be showing you the answer. I got my answer. Yeah. So, with that, I leave you. Right? So, be kind to yourself over the weekend. I'll see you when I pop up. And I'm always coming back, because children of the universe, you are the most beautiful for yourself. Okay. Bye. Happy weekend.